Because I was sick on my recent vacation, and because it was minus 5,000 outside all week long, I ended up sitting inside reading a bunch of books, one of which was this one. It's a book by a guy named Stuart McLean. Stuart McLean was a journalist on CBC Radio for lots of years, and the book is called Welcome Home: Travels in Small Town Canada. He wrote this book in 1992, and what he decided to do was choose 7 small towns in Canada and go spend about 2 months in each of them and just meet the people who lived there and see what they did and talk to people about what life was where they were. Stuart was from Toronto, and he couldn't imagine living in some of these small places, so he went and immersed himself in them, and he decided that he wanted to tell a certain story. In his own words, he said, "I wanted to write a book about the importance of being unimportant." I love that phrase, the importance of being unimportant. These days, we're not impressed by things that seem small or unimportant, right? We're impressed by flashy things. We're impressed by big things. We think that bigger's gotta be better, and if it's flashier, then it's way more impressive. Well, in fact, actually, that's not even a new thought. That's an old thought. When Jesus walked this earth in John chapter 7, his brothers came to him and said, if you really want to be a big-time prophet, if you want people to see all that you're doing, you should leave Galilee, the northern part of the Holy Land, and go down to Judea and Jerusalem. Every prophet who does things goes to Jerusalem so everyone can see what he does. His brothers said, you got to leave the backwater and go to the big city. But Jesus didn't do that. Jesus didn't seek the big crowds. Jesus wasn't interested in that. In fact, lots of times when Jesus healed someone, he told them, don't tell anybody about this. Jesus wasn't here for a flashy ministry. Jesus was here to do important things for unimportant people in very quiet places. I've been reminded this week that every life is important. I've been reminded this week that whatever you're able to do is important to someone. And we've ought to value the importance of our unimportant lives. In fact, in 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, the Apostle Paul writes this. He says, make it your ambition to live a quiet life, to mind your own business, and to work with your hands, just as we told you, so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders, and so you will not be dependent on anyone. Lead a quiet life, mind your own business, work with your hands, and lead a life that will get the respect of outsiders. That's not a flashy sort of thing. That's not something that's going to be put in the newspaper. That's not something that's going to get you a book deal. That's not something that's going to be put on the screen of Hollywood. But that is a successful life. If we are able to love the people around us, if we are able to earn their respect, if we are able to be a good person, if we are able to care for those we are with, then our lives will be successful even if they're not famous. This week, this year, can you value your unimportant life? Because our lives are lived in the everyday, not in our vacations, not in the big strange things we get to do once in a while, but in our every moment of every day. That's where we live. Can we make those unimportant moments important? If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel, share it with people who might benefit from it. That would be great. Have a good week.